Welcome back, all of my friendly targets, in today's feature-length episode of what's been going on in the Minotaur Militia. The rest of it will consist of ship fits, tactics, and random shenanigans. As much as I know you guys prefer commentary, of which there will be plenty during this episode, I am entitled to at least 2 montages when these situations are epic enough to justify it. And these 2 certainly were. The first 2 fights are me reconnecting after a disconnect. Things got a bit spicy.
I thought I was finished. I thought I was done, huh? Out the game. I'm back in. I saw you on my friends list, and yo dumbass left the party privacy wide open. And I clicked join, and I'm back in here dumping yo. Y'all thought you could kick me? Y'all thought I was hacking. But in reality, bruh, I'm just better than you. I'm better. I'm gonna tune on something. Let me show you new stuff. I'm gonna tune on something. You wanna look like me? You wanna look like me? You will never look like me if that's how you're fucking training, like a little. You wanna look good? You wanna be big? Then you gotta live some happy motherfucking weights! Get the fuck up! Here we go! We have to fucking set goals. We have to achieve them. We have to fucking do things to give our brain stimulation, to give ourselves happiness, because that is the point in life. There's only one person on this earth who can become the person you want to be, and that's you! That's you! You gotta get the fuck up right now, and you gotta be that person that you want to be!
Our fleet, consisting of 4 to 5 battleships, a handful of battle cruisers, and some light tackle, outnumbered 3 to 1, exhausted, sitting on the edge of an acceleration gate to a battlefield, debating whether it would be possible to punch in, kill several targets, and then scatter to the solar winds, but most of us deemed it a fruitless endeavor, having too many losses on our side and not enough on theirs. Maintaining his wit, strength, and energy for digging deep inside the heads of our enemies, some of you may recognize the name Ninlarra. Whether you're fighting with or against him, he is a rather vocal individual. Known mostly as a legend, and the greatest pilot to ever grace New Eden with his presence, he will generally hold himself in reserve when it comes to commanding a fleet. However, where other FCs quiver, and their seconds are silenced by fear in the face of overwhelming odds, Ninlarra will repurpose his own mental warfare tactics, using them upon his own fleet to rally the troops. And unfortunately, the detailed communications are highly classified. His motivational speech went something like this.
Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to a body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean that there was no point in our being born? Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not! Their memory serves as an example to us all! The courageous fallen! The anguished fallen! Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them! And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us! Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world! My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers raise! Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them! And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us! Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world! My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers raise! My soldiers raise!
On to the star topic of today's episode, I would like to introduce you to the Insta Boosh in a more convenient way than it has been for our targets. The Insta Boosh is a brainchild brought up between myself and a pilot named Dado, discovered with the unique mechanics of ship alignment in the game. In a nutshell, the actual alignment of your ship only defaults to the ship model when you're not moving. When you're in motion, the ship model actually has nothing to do with where you're technically pointed in the game. What this means is if you have zero velocity, absolutely no movement whatsoever, you can align in any direction at the same speed, regardless of where your ship's model is actually pointed. To simplify a complicated topic, as long as your ship is not moving, you can align to something behind you just as quickly as in front of you. And when you combine your ship's alignment with the fact that a micro jump drive will send you 100 kilometers in the direction of your alignment, this means you can land on targets before they even exit their warp invulnerability. And we use this to great effect when kitey individuals think they're going to show up at 100 and have some fun.
Who else do we have pointed?
I have Usarius. Usarius is pointed. And in armor.
Why are we shooting him? Shoot only the primary. Secondary is going to be Decot. Shoot Calendros first, then we will kill Decot. Remove all DPS from Usarius. After Decot, we're going to kill one Gordon. Copy that.
I have one Gordon Gecko 1 pointed and scrammed, and whipped.
Alright, that's your next target.
Broadcasted.
Keep pointing stuff, guys.
I took the starboard fleet with me.
That was a nice boosh.
Felicia, it's safe to say they don't know about it.
Insta Boosh.
But they do now.
That was so sick, dude.
Now let's go ahead and discuss details. There are some nuances and limitations about this tactic. Because this tactic is so unexpected and catches people off guard, it can be used outside of complexes. You can do this on gates, stations, or any place where someone might warp to 100. However, it is most useful in complexes without a gate because those require the individual to warp in between 0 and 100 kilometers, and it also means they can't have any bookmarks on grid, so they're always going to be approaching you in a straight line, which is important, because tactical bookmarks on acceleration gates and stations make this tactic almost useless. This works so well inside of open complexes because the moment a target appears on your overview, you can click approach, and one tick later, hit the boosh. It is important that you do not click approach and hit the boosh in the same server tick. You'll need at least one split between them so that your ship is first aligning and then your jump drive is activating. And this is simply because once your ship starts an alignment from 0 velocity, it is already aligned directly in that direction. However, if you activate the micro jump drive and click align at the same time, the jump drive will override the alignment and send you 100 kilometers in whatever direction you were already pointed. So to ensure I am jumping towards the enemy as fast as possible but not messing it up, I will simply click approach and then move the mouse to the jump drive as fast as I possibly can. This will ensure it is done practically at the same time, but one server tick apart. With this tactic being useful on basically any ship that utilizes a micro jump drive, it is, in my opinion, most practical with a tactical destroyer, for a number of reasons. Mainly that you can take a small fleet with you in the jump so you have protection, or if the target doesn't land at exactly 100, say they land between 50 and 70, you've then sandwiched them between the individuals at 0 and the ones at 100. If you've taken fast tackle with you, they'll be able to pounce on the target. Usually targets are caught so off guard by this tactic, even if they are faster than a majority of your fleet, you can still catch them. Then, of course, the tactical destroyer itself can be the tackle. You can fit a Bifrost to go insane speeds and lock down the target. Also invaluable, tactical destroyers have a shorter spool-up time on their jump drive, allowing them to get to 100 kilometers faster. Now, this will obviously take a fair bit of practice. The technique itself is quite easy to do, and you'll probably get it down pat after just a couple of tries. It's the decision-making that's the tricky part, because you only have a split second to decide whether or not to do the Insta Boosh when a target shows up on your overview. You have to take into consideration the size and value of the target, as well as where it's going to be landing. Now, larger targets are quite easy because you can tell pretty quickly if they're going to be landing at 100. And larger targets can be locked down almost instantly by a command destroyer or a sensor-boosted battle cruiser. In fact, this technique is so unexpected by many pilots that you will often land at their spot before they've exited their warp invulnerability, meaning that you'll have to spam lock because they're not even out of warp yet. Due to the nature of what we call the spaghetti militia, where there's no current goals and everyone's just kind of doing their own thing but close by, it could be difficult to coordinate enough pilots inside of an open complex to make a tactical destroyer useful. And in that situation, battle cruisers can use this technique just as effectively, or well, almost as effectively. They don't have as good lock time, and their spool up on the jump drive is slightly longer. However, they do have the advantage of lock range, and they don't scream micro jump drive, because tactical destroyers are often used for that one thing, and battle cruisers are used for many others. I've tested a handful of fits, and basically any battle cruiser that can lock just beyond 100 kilometers with a sensor booster or a sensor link will effectively use this tactic. The advantage the battlecruiser has, despite its longer spool-up time, is you can start locking the target before you've landed on it, which is great. Now, personally, I prefer the Gnosis. I would love to use the Hurricane Fleet for this more, but its limited slot layouts means the lock time is not great, though it's still been useful. The Gnosis is cheap. It does good damage, it can fit a good tank, and with 3 sensor boosters, you've ensured you have the lock range and the lock time to catch your targets. And lastly, I'd like to give you a few tips which will give you better odds at catching your prey. Now, unfortunately, this tactic does require you to be on your toes the entire duration of the complex. For an open, if it's defensive, that's 15 minutes, offensive, 20 minutes. You're going to constantly be watching short-range D-scan, almost spamming it if you feel a target might be near. When you see a new ship appear on your short-range D-scan, that means they're probably going to be landing at any second, and you need to be ready to activate the boosh. Another tip would be to have an overview set up to only show potential targets. No friendlies, no anomalies, no structures, nothing. Just targets. This makes it a lot easier whenever something shows up on the overview because it will always be in the same spot. And finally, having a dedicated key bound to approach. For me, I use the Alt button. I'll hold it down, and when the target shows up on the overview, I'll click on them, and that way the ship will instantly start aligning in their direction. Oh yeah, and this is important for both tactical destroyers and battle cruisers, but more so for tactical destroyers because you have a fleet depending on you. It's very important that you're not moving at all for this to work. If you have even 0.1 velocity, it can completely mess this up. So you need to make sure that your fleet members you're going to be taking with you are in range, but not bumping your ship. Because if they bump you and a target lands, forget it. You're not pulling it off. Same goes for a battlecruiser, but if you're in one, you're probably not too concerned about missing a boosh. Oh, and this kind of goes without saying, but you want to make sure that your ship is as close as possible to the 0 warp-in to ensure you're in range of people coming from any angle. A few years ago, I introduced you to the XL ASB Stabber. At the time, it was, in my opinion, the best Tech 1 solo cruiser. It could do well in small gangs. It could handle frigates, destroyers, and other cruisers with ease due to its projection, good damage, good speed, and strong tank. Well, it fell out of favor for a little while when they introduced the assault damage control, and assault frigates were the flavor of the month. And then, when they started to die off, the exec Navy dominated cruiser combat and faction warfare, so the Stabber didn't see much use there either. Well, recently, the exec Navy received a damage nerf and can now be brawled out by the Stabber once again. More on that in a future video. However, there's a better option, and if you're in the Minotaur militia, it only makes sense to choose this option due to how cheap it is for the faction warfare pilots. The recent rework to the Scythe fleet issue, I can't remember exactly how long ago, but it has turned it into my new favorite ship for cruiser 1v1 combat, or small gang warfare. It doesn't do everything better than the Stabber, but it does enough better to make up the difference. The extra mid-slot gives it a substantially stronger tank with a shield boost amplifier, or you can use the same tank and have a utility web. It still maintains at least one utility high slot, a full complement of light drones to deal with the pest. It has almost the same speed, just a few ms slower, and good projection to boot. Where it really shines is just for the all-out brawls in close range. It has significantly more damage, and that extra tank makes a big difference. It's of course not just the extra mid-slot that helps, but the ship's base stats are better. It has about 50% more shield hit points than the Stabber itself, so you don't get volleyed into armor by the really heavy hitters. You can pause the video and examine the fits yourself to see which ones you prefer, but I have a few variants on screen for you. The Stabber V2 essentially attempts to mimic the same fit as the Stabber with its obvious bonuses. The Jester goes for maximum tank, sacrificing a little bit of speed for Tech 2 rigs. and the MWD version, which admittedly I don't fly very often, but is actually a lot more useful in fleets as it's incredibly fast, great for heavy tackle. It has the same strong tank, it sacrifices almost nothing in the tank, has good damage so it can still kill smaller targets that it catches, but can hold out long enough on the big targets for your fleet to come and do the rest. Outnumbered and outgunned in the original Stabber fit, I would often fly it with crystals and blue pills. It was just a necessity whenever you're out by yourself. However, with the Scythe fleet issue, drugs and implants are really not necessary for this thing to still have an incredible tank. Admittedly, I'll still fly it with crystals because one boost will do your entire shields, but it's just not necessary if you're on a budget. You can still be quite useful and hold out for an extended amount of time. So here's a few example fights of the Scythe fleet issue in combat, either solo or small gang warfare, and you can see how it holds out both with and without implants.
I'm in warp.
Nice.
Now, unfortunately, Windows Game Bar will never record the game and my microphone at the same time, and I have no idea why. So I'll just jump in with commentary whenever I feel like it's warranted. But you will get to hear comms from the crew that's helping me out with the fight.
I have Olitivo.
This first fight's pretty straightforward. I'm tanking 5 Vexers, quite happily. I'd take a few hits into armor, but that's because I'm distracted calling out information for the friendlies which are about to join me. I only need to last until their reps can land.
Sam, who do you got a point on?
Olitivo. Oh, something or other.
Alright, I'll get silver.
Now currently I'm in an empty head. This is a Corruption 5 system, so bubbles are allowed, and I don't feel like losing a set of crystals. I'm just using a standard blue pill and a 3 or 5% hard shell.
They're not going to be able to break this. You can permanently get.
I knew we had a Scythe in our fleet. I didn't realize we had 2. And if I did, during this time I should have been reloading my Encel, because even if one of the Scythes was to go down, I would still have plenty of time to get the reload off. Also, I had no idea that the reinforcements were on the way. If my memory is correct, it's at this point in the fight where I'm passive-aggressively, more aggressively, telling everyone on comms to shoot the primary target, because these are tanky, and unnecessary casualties may occur. Of course, Sticky's high, so it doesn't really matter.
Max, bro. Drones. They're coming back to you now.
Jesus, that's.
Here we just lost one of our Scythe pilots, and right about that time I noticed a Caracal Navy had punched in to reinforce the enemy. These don't usually punch in by themselves, so it told me others were likely on their way, and I immediately start burning for the Caracal for 2 reasons. He's a more expensive target, and that's where the reinforcements are going to arrive.
Do we have a point on?
I could switch my point to him if you want to lose this other Vex.
But I.
Okay. Yep. Another one just came in. Correct. I'm alright. I got a pretty big tank. These rapid lights take forever to reload. I'm shooting now. Am I here alone?
No, Sam's with you.
Sam, let's get that.
I'm getting hammered.
Alright, what's getting you?
The drones, I guess.
I reship for round 2 and go back. These cruiser brawls are a bit of a rarity these days, so when you find a fun one, you try and drag it out as long as possible. I punch in on a Vexer with 4 Algoses, knowing full well that his reinforcements will arrive at about the same time as mine. So don't let these Algoses be underestimated.
Caracal Navy, I think, is following me to the site. I'm going to try to...
I'm punching. Cat Navy landing on the side. Just punch Sam, unless that Cat Navy catches you. Fuck Sam.
I'm punching
Sorry.
in. He's not going to catch me.
Okay, I'm coming. Where are we going for? The Vexer?
Catalyst Navy's on grid.
The Catalyst Navy that landed at the same time as my reinforcements will be taken care of by my friendlies. As he should be. They do significant damage and should be primaried in these situations. For now, I'm holding down the Vexer because it's the expensive target, and I'm trying to clear as many of the Algoses as I can because they'll die faster.
Yep, more coming in. Killing the Cat Navy real quick to get him off the field. The Caracal Navy came back in.
I got the Caracal Navy.
Fighting fraternity pilots is a lot like fighting NPCs. For some unexplained reason, they put application and tank in their mid-slots and no way to hold down targets. So I just leave when I run out of boosters, repair, and then come back.
Drive active.
Yeah, I'm finished the last level was off now. Me and Sam are going to fight this Vexer Navy, the Caracal Navy, though.
Warp out and come back in. That bought some time.
Fuck to get more.
I got to bail.
Which one? That one? Yeah, there's 2 broadcasts up. Yep. I'm on them.
Docking, repairing, and docking.
More coming in. Yep. Okay. Oh, that Kiki would be good.
Short warp.
He's out of my
Sam, if you can, reship anything shield.
back on that Caracal. Can you get that Caracal?
Warp drive active.
Reshipping and coming back.
Caracal's coming on me now.
Praising.
He's got me pointed. We'll try to burn out of here.
The advantage of being in an empty head is once I die, I no longer have anything to lose, so I don't need to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
I'm able to zoom out and get a better grasp on what's going on, and explain to the only friendly on field that he's actually not in a bad position and only needs to worry about the one target, which he just killed.
Yeah. I'm alright. I'm gonna stay and fight some more.
All right, Sticky. I'm gonna warp to you then.
Okay.
Sam, what are you in? What are you in?
I'm in an exec blaster.
Copy.
It's the only ship I got here.
Where is this going down?
Gold Magog. We could use some more DPS.
Alright.
Make it less spicy.
Additionally, by me being here and focusing on the battlefield instead of my ship, I'm able to tell the inbound friendlies what to expect once they land.
I'm coming back into exec navy as well.
So this added benefit indirectly gives another buff to the Scythe fleet issue.
I already warp jumped his feet.
But when it comes to engagement, it's important to realize what the more valuable target is. This Vedmak lands and decides to ram me, so I cycle down my scram on the Omen Navy and put it on the Vedmak. And the Omen Navy still died anyways, but the Vedmak didn't get away.
And this is in Tisby, correct? Preload Nova.
Now here I'm using my standard blue pill and a hard shell, but I'm also in mid-grade crystals, which makes my tank quite a bit beefier than before.
Warp to Felicia.
Damn, just kill them all.
Damn. What the fuck are you in?
Got the Omen.
Here I was trying to bait out a 1v1 with the Templarchy's exec navy. Some friendly Algoses and a Navitas showed up, so he brought in a second exec navy, which I think evens the playing fields pretty well. They make a beeline straight for me, and I'm happy they did. The squishier targets certainly helped in this fight, and if they killed them first, I'm not sure how this would have went. I start burning away in a straight line. Without the utility web, I'm going to need all the tracking I can get, and a straight line burn is the best way to do that. I am in the extra tanky version of the fit with Tech 2 resistance rigs across the board. Fun fact, I specifically fit this one to counter exec navies, which run rampant throughout the war zone. My confidence is very high when going up against a single exec, but I've never tested it against two at the same time. It was a bit spicy. For those of you unfamiliar with ancillary shield boost tanking, you may be wondering why I let my shields get so low before I hit the boost. Well, originally on this fit, it's not necessary for you to do this. As a matter of fact, if you're running it with an empty head and a standard blue pill, once you get to half shields, it's safe to boost. The reason I wait for it to get so low is twofold. Most importantly, it ensures I don't waste any shield hit points. As you can see, one boost cycle will rep almost my entire shields. And if I rep early, it means I'm wasting some of that. And second, it acts as bait to help keep the targets on the field longer. Despite this being a well-known tactic, people still fall for it seemingly every time. I think I've gotten my point across with this ship. You tank a whole bunch of damage, you do a whole bunch of damage, and if it's too much, you just wait for your friends to show up while you continue to tank the damage. And here we've only covered its straight-up brawl fit. This thing is a versatile ship, and unlike the standard Minotaur theme of do a bunch of things pretty bad, it does a lot of things really well, and somehow still feels balanced. I don't see a bunch of these running around overwhelming the battlefields, but we haven't even touched on its rapid light fleet support small tackle remover. That's a fun version in itself, which maybe we'll get to in the future.
Active. Hold on, I'm misreading.
Added
Fucking
stuff. Like,
no.
no way.
68. She's 56.
Oh, my bad. She'd be mad as hell if I just called her 70.
Fuck yeah.
She looks like she's 70 with the disease she has.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oof.
Well, I don't mean to be mean.
She looks like she's a little older than she is because of how thin she is. She's wildly thin.
Stevie said, yeah, she looks like she got a disease.
See, I wasn't trying to be mean.
I don't think there's a nice way you can say that, dude.
Still funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Is anybody else going to run that can? It's way down there.
Just battering ram my can.
I'm barely moving.
Get out of the way.
Can you do me a favor? Can I get eyes in Golem God? Because I'm going to be coming through with Navarra here in a minute.
I can put tits there. She's an Olga, though.
For those of you unfamiliar or new to faction warfare, this is an Angel Ice Heist, one of the new sites included with the insurgency. Their pay is quite lucrative, but they require quite a bit of effort to get done, and they're often contested. And we're about to have a large fleet brawl with the Angels over this site. I'm going to play it in real time, cutting out only the fat. In a nutshell, I'm a can runner. I'm escorting the tankers, much like Capture the Flag, while the fleet tries to protect me and a few others.
Kronos is on the gate. Want me to tackle him?
No.
Rats are shooting.
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea.
Rats haven't tackled.
That's not a bad idea to go kill the. Oh, I'm
Sticky's tackled.
On the Golem Gate? On the Golem Gate?
He warped.
I just crashed. Alright, you guys need to ball up on me.
I'm hitting the semi. He's taking heat.
Blow right through.
Don't be afraid to die. You'll be alright. Even if you die, you'll be alright. I promise.
Landing now.
MJD out to us, please.
I am.
They're gonna lose their semi. I think we should try and jump to the Kronos. What's next? What's next?
Good. I'm still alive.
You wanna get the
There's another scimitar broadcasted.
Who are you shooting?
semi?
Broadcasted. IENA Macon.
I got him.
Yep. Reloading.
He's 100 out from me.
Yeah, you can have like, 95 or so.
I'm hitting.
Rust, you don't want to jump out to them. The elite rats in their circle will nuke your cap and do a lot of damage. I think they maybe even jam. I can't remember.
Well, that's why we're staying put right where we are. We're protecting these can runners and shooting them.
The hook bill's
I
coming
gotta
out.
get sexy waffles.
Cyclone's getting wrecked.
Okay, so
Switch to Osprey.
Broadcast it.
Should kill the scimitar. That's their logi.
Osprey. It's probably easier to kill anyway. Alright, switching to the Osprey, broadcast it.
Actually, Simi's getting close. Simi's getting close. Switch back to the Simi.
There's thrashers burning for the cans. We need to kill them.
Yep.
Yes, please. Yes, because we need to protect the can runners. Alright, we need to shoot the thrashers. They won't be able to get reps from that range anyway. If you can get a tackle on that thrasher, that'd be even better.
I'm bushing closer to them.
Losing cap.
That's a bad idea, Rust.
Rust, I wouldn't give up that position.
Yeah, Rust.
I'm not. I'm gonna stand south.
We won't be able to support you if you boost them.
I'm hitting the Simi.
Hostile praxis incoming.
Next,
Hit the Simi.
we're trying to protect the tanker runners.
The thrashers have me intercepted.
Yeah, I mean...
Alright, I'm burning down to you guys.
Russ, just please... Like, come on.
You're gonna feed that Varger.
Stay on this.
We need to kill those thrashers. Switch to the thrashers.
I'm on the way down. Keep your drones to me if you can, guys.
Oh, you did boost out there. Alright. Alright, so what are you shooting at then, Russ? Since you're already out
I'm
there?
on the side. I'm gonna switch to this.
Guys, I need these thrashers dead now.
Cyclone fleet.
Which one's Graham? Twitch?
Triple
Switch?
broadcast. Triple broadcast.
I'm working on it.
Get down there. I'm trying to get down there.
System
You gotta tell me
immune.
when you scram.
In chat, come.
Slasher, you're gonna go down. I gotta give reps to other guys.
System immune.
I'm surprised at you, Russ.
Lum.
Burning with the scimitar.
All right, the Thrashers are gone.
I'm good. You got him. Thank you.
All right, Russ, what are you shooting at?
I'm jammed. Let's get. Can you hit it from that far?
Yes.
Let's hit the latch. There.
All right, shooting the ledge.
I'm heating.
Heating on the ledge.
Kronos just came in.
Heating on the ledge. Latch down. What's next?
Caracal.
Broadcasted. Thank you.
Logi Fleesh is good. You can rep others.
Running down there.
I'll
I need to bounce for a moment.
Here.
Caracal Navy.
I got it. Shooting.
We need Logi, Adrian.
Yeah, I'm coming with the scimitar.
Awesome. Praxis is in range. I'm gonna start aggressing him.
Praxis Kronos jumped. Probably have to blap that Praxis next. If that Kronos jumps, we should stop blapping it.
Hey, get the Caracal Navy. It's the only thing with me attack.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to get Rust out, hopefully.
He's going.
Take it.
He's going. I'll put some heat on him now.
Need the Mac down or Logic's gonna go down?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I couldn't get him.
Fuck.
He's down.
Go for the Kronos now. The Praxis is gonna jump on us, Ninlarra.
Okay. As soon as he lands on us, we'll just switch targets.
Yeah, I'll switch. But I'm shooting the Kronos from far away.
Yeah, same.
There we go.
What do you think? Explosive for Kronos?
I also got a barrage, so I could use on him.
Kronos is warping off.
I'm still going to shoot him in the face. Here we go. All right, that Scythe is super close to us. You might as well shoot him.
Yeah, I'm working on him right now.
Sorry, Rust.
It's okay.
Where's the other one? Do they have it?
Sam's going back to it right now.
Yeah, someone get down there and...
No, I'm not trying to get to it. I'm trying to screen these subcaps from killing our can runners.
That Hookbill's got it. Shoot the Hookbill.
Oh, shit, it does, little bastard. What a sneaky hookbill. Look at that thing. That's funny. Shoot that hookbill. That's funny.
I'm shooting him.
He's putting in work for hookbill, isn't he? He's just sneaking away and shit.
Yeah, he is. Fuck yeah.
That's funny. He's like, no.
I'm coming back.
Go for that next,
get
Ninlarra.
that fucking
Go for that
hookbill
Osprey.
dead.
Osprey next, got it.
It's close. We should be able to get him.
Let's jumping back in.
Rust, if you
Sorry,
get back.
sorry, did the best.
Rust, if you get back, I appreciate it.
I am. I'm reshipping.
But yeah, I couldn't see.
Sorry, Cree, I didn't realize you're getting the...
Osprey. This guy in the back is way back.
After the Osprey, what do we got?
Broadcast. We'll go for him. He's way back. He won't get nothing.
All right, thank you. Got it.
Yep.
He doesn't seem like he wants to fight at all.
He actually barely did any damage to me. It was mostly the Cyclones.
They're focusing fire now.
That was
Yeah,
Ninlarra. Can you get him?
I mean, I'm shooting the one you broadcasted, if that's what you're asking.
Sam needs
I got
Logi
another
back.
Osprey.
No, I'm good. I'm off grid.
Okay, good.
You want to kill the Osprey?
They got more fucking coming in, bro.
Osprey warped
Adrian, I'm gonna have everything on you to keep you alive.
Osprey warped off.
He's that guy's almost dead.
Yeah, he's like 40%.
Stay on him. Stay on him. He's going.
Lachi, focus on Creed.
I'm reloading.
Kronos is coming after me. He's got me locked up.
Gotcha.
He has me locked up as well. I think he's hesitating to boosh into us. I mean, the MJD to us, though. I think he doesn't want to.
He's getting close. He's gonna land.
What are we shooting at?
Right now, I'm shooting that Vexer because he's gonna break.
Got it. All right, what do we got? I mean, we should clear until the Kronos becomes a threat. We should be killing the other things.
I'm trying to, but they're moving.
All right, let me see if I can pick some shit out. I'm keeping an eye on the Kronos. As soon as... Yeah, we tried him, but he wasn't dying.
He's got Logi, that's why.
Yeah, he wasn't dying. So I'm shooting this Vexer. I know he's far off, but yeah, that's what I'm shooting.
Logi, keep Felicia locked.
I'll keep you safe. I'll keep with you, Felicia.
Kronos hit armor.
I say we go for another Scimitar or Osprey.
Yep, pick one.
I mean, I only see a Scimitar. Correct me if I'm wrong. Broadcasting.
Correct.
I'm shooting IENA Macon in the Scimitar.
Kronos is rapid.
Yep. I've only got you on my watch list for some reason. Not burning towards you.
Burning together.
Thrasher fleets are back. Watch out. One is anyway.
If they come down this way, I'll fuck them up.
Oh, the rest log?
No, I'm reshipping. I'm trying.
Oh, okay. He's breaking them, Lara. He's gonna go.
You got it.
Out of my range.
No worries.
No, I can catch you, but I should put my saviour implants in there. I set off without them.
A drawn-out fight for sure, but we claimed victory over this ice heist. The faction warfare killboard advertises for itself and certainly doesn't need my help, but if you are curious, we get these kind of engagements every night, whether it's a large fleet battle or a small brawl. Depends on what you're interested in, but they all happen all the time. You can take a look at my killboard to see what kind of nightly content we get into, or anyone's killboard from this video. It is hands down the best way to make ISK while still enjoying PvP combat. There are better ways to make ISK in the game, of course. However, these just give you non-stop action while still making money. So, check it out if you're interested. So thanks for watching, guys. Happy hunting.